Hi everyone, Susie here from Minnesota, and I garden in a zone 4, and this is my weekly May garden tour number 3. And I was kind of hesitating about shooting a video this week because it's a mess around here. My trees, loose cotton or drop cotton, seed pods. It's not pretty, but it's going to be a realistic garden tour. I'm showing you my lilac right now. This is a bloomerang lilac. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's starting to bud out. Smell lovely. We got some much needed rain. And then they're talking some rain tomorrow. Everything has just flourished. So I'm very happy. I'm just going to quick show you over here. I feel like I have a little nursery going on. And I get claustrophobic, so the clutter is really bothering me a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure out where I want to plant everything, so I'm hoping within the next week or so I get that figured out. Tulips are wrapping up. There's a few stragglers. I'm debating whether I want to leave them or just get these potted up with other annuals. I just have so much, and I think they just do better in pots too at this point. You can see these tulips are going over. These look lovely. Queen of the night. They are so, just that dark, dark purple. They almost look black. And yes, my trees are messy, but for 1 week out of the year, I deal with it. Otherwise, they're beautiful shade trees. Let's see, which way do I want to go? But it is also hard to focus on other things when, yes, this is what they do. But look at the purple sensation alliums. The foliage is ugly, but it's just so beautiful. I got these beds planted up over here. These are just going to be my cut flower beds. I have zinnias and sunflowers in here along with sweet peas on the little teepees. I'm just keeping it simple, giving them room to grow. I've used my leaves to mulch. I waited till it rained. I was fingers crossed that we got the rain, and we did. And then I mulched. These tend to dry out pretty quick. Sweet peas finally have taken off. It's like they went through a bit of a lull. These are where I'm putting my tomatoes. Actually, I think I might do a vegetable tour. There's a whole lot going on in this. I'm just going to show you my self-seeded asparagus. It's taller than me. Yeah. 7 feet tall. It's getting moved. It really is. I'm not going to try and save it. I think digging it out is going to be an issue. I already broke one of my shovels. But it is kind of pretty. It's like the see-through plant. I mean, it really is kind of neat. These tulips here, Blushing Lady, I cannot say enough about this tulip. This is a favorite. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it has a yellow center. It's just, oh, love that one along with Queen of the Night here. But I think it is time to retire the tulips. I'm just going to dig them all up, bulb and all, and let the foliage die. Replant them in the fall and see if I have luck that way. I've never done that, but it's a bit messy. Let's see. Nepeta is blooming down here. Not a huge show yet. It's not really really wanting to focus on that purple color. Let's see. Yeah. The clematis on here, Nellie Moser is going to town. I can't believe how tall this has gotten. Very happy with that one. Princess Kate down here is doing pretty good. Some of my plants have been yellowing, and it's just because of that lack of rain. Got some noisy birds. And I do have things laying out and about. I'm just working, trying to get things done. It's supposed to be 85 degrees today. High humidity. And this peony, this one always gets super tall. Full of heads. Can't wait. One of my favorites. This is where I planted some campanula. I just grouped it all together. I'm going to be putting some stuff in the front here, maybe making this a bit bigger too. Kind of letting things fill in before I plant in here, because this could use something. I'm thinking maybe my foxglove. I have so much of it. That's not staying there. I dug that up. I'm trying to divide that. I have some spiderwort in there along with hosta. It's not going too good. And my primrose was the one that was really yellowing, and now it's finally taken off. It has such a shallow root system, so the dry weather definitely affects it. But I would say it's probably grown about 6 inches in the last 3 days. This is Maui Buttercups, hosta, rainbows, and love it. Not so much with the seed pods and cotton on it. Turtle head is just massive. Look at the giant fleece flower. I moved one of my Anthos valerian right here. Not sure how I'm going to like it, but it adds a little different texture with the leaves too. I know it gets tall, but it's kind of a see-through plant. Pulmonaria is still blooming. Lovely. Yeah, I was going to shoot a tour the other day, and everything was wilting due to the lack of rain. So I was, especially this pagoda dogwood, I got a little nervous. And it's been browning on the tips. But it looks like it's perked back up. So I was a little concerned until I looked around and everything else was just... That's crazy that early in the season. My rain barrel's full too. This is Chocolate Shogun Astilbe. The blooms are nothing to look at. It's the foliage that I absolutely love. I kind of wanted a little bit of a drift here, and then I put one back here, and everything else has really filled in, so I might move that one. I did that last year at the end of the season. This year, I swear, the hostas have just tripled in size. More Maui Buttercup hosta. I like the two colors together here. The Hakana coil grass. Is it all gold? I put some of the Siberian iris here that I got from my local plant sale. I might just continue like a little bit of a drift down here. I was waiting to see I was waiting until everything filled out a little bit. I'm not sure yet. Or I was thinking maybe some foxglove, a little different texture. I cannot speak this morning. The lily of the valley, so it spreads in wet soil. So just letting you know, if you want your lily of the valley to spread, most people don't. It takes very damp soil. For some reason it really likes this area here, but the scent is lovely. That's all I smell right now. It's just very, oh. Yeah, I see you. Aw. You know what, it's... Okay, but that is so cute, isn't it? I mean, I know they're destructive, but, you know, I garden for the wildlife, so if they would only eat the dandelions in my yard, and the clover, and the creeping Charlie, wouldn't that be lovely? This peony is doing really good. This is, I think it's called a golden spirit smoke bush. It does have some wonky growth. I'm just letting it do what it wants to do because I had moved that just a few weeks ago. Yeah, everything has filled in. I hope I didn't plant these too close to those hostas. I think I did. I might have to. It'll be easy to move them. It is amazing. Elamiastrum. A lot of people, for some reason, really love this. Oh, so do the bees. They're huge. Look how they all... Okay, I should probably get going. Otherwise, this is going to be just too long of a tour watching everything but my plants. Or seeing everything but my plants. I'm not going to go to the back here. I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit. I had planted some of that ligularia I got back here that does stay a little wetter. Ooh, I just can't get too close. And then another Siberian iris. I'm still thinking on a lot of stuff, but I really needed to get it planted. I put a Crassa Regal hosta back here. I figure it can just, it has like a vase-like growth. I think that'll look really good. That's not staying here. It is early in the morning. I was hoping I can shoot this tour before everyone was up, but I was wrong. Solomon seal is blooming so pretty. Along with the sweet woodruff over here. That is really liking this spot. Not impressed with the Muckgenia. Alum root. It is native, so there's nothing really wow about this except for the fact that it's pretty vigorous, which I'm okay with. And then over here, this is Solar Flare. I wish I would have brought that one a little forward, but Solar Flare Hakanakloa grass. It's come back now. This is its third year. I'm very happy. You can see the ajuga down here is doing what it does best, and it is sprawling out all over. It's a ground cover. Look at that beautiful flower. It's got a lot of ground cover over here, so that's okay. I put one of my Summon Substance here. It's going to take it a long time to fill in this area, so. Anything more ajuga? Komodo dragon. That is so neat. I love how that grows. I did plant one of the European ginger right here. I think that'll give it a good area to fill in. It can fill in underneath that hosta too once a beakwood drinking gourd. I put another across a regal here. I think this, I took out the Semicifuga. I came out and all of the leaves were chopped down, so I think my little bunny friend really likes that one. So I've given up. It'll look good here, fill in along with this really vibrant hosta. The ferns back here are really liking it a lot, so very happy. I was a little worried that moving them that late in the season, of course. I was also thinking I might plant something in here. I just have to see how much sun that gets. I still have some more Siberian iris. I have been all over in my gardens trying to figure out where I want to plant stuff. I've been moving stuff. And, I don't know, I'm hoping I like it. What I'm working on now is I moved some hostas here. I'm going to move this Brunera, and I think I'm just going to pair it with the one over here. The Curly Fries hosta will be moved. I'm going to plant a Summon Substance here. It's got a lot of room to grow. Possibly. I've still been placing some pots, staging them, seeing if I like it. But Brunera is so pretty. Long bloomer, what is this, the third week of it blooming? This is Goat's Beard. This is the tall variety. Love this. My Bleeding Heart looks a lot better. See the mess? I'm going to be moving these hostas here. Somewhere. I've got room. Probably should have picked up more hostas at that plant sale. And yes, I did say that because this is a huge area. I thought I'd have enough, and I didn't. This one's not staying here. All of these just kind of broke off from one of them. So I just planted it until I can figure out where I want to put it. It was 80 degrees and high humidity yesterday, and things just were not liking being moved. I have ferns. I'm not sure yet where I want to plant them. And I got some more Goat's Beard. You know, I love that, so... Got more Brunera. Again, I'm just kind of placing things. Ran into my watering can. And then I'm just gonna, lots of cars on the street. I think there's gonna be a party going on today. I gotta get my grass mowed. The grass is not growing that great, but it's just to mulch up all those seed pods. Snow on the mountain is doing what it does best. I removed the rubber edging. I liked it, but all of my tree roots were pushing it up, and it was just, I think it's easier to control some things in this garden too. And I might make it bigger. I moved the Sun King Aralias. Once I put hostas, of course, in their place. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here. I like a different texture, maybe something very vibrant and gold to play off this hosta down here. Remember Me. Oh, I zoomed out too quick. And then I moved Seducer. Oh, that was a root system on that one. I hope that one doesn't buck too much about it, but that's where I broke my shovel. Love Lamium. I did buy more of this. The only place I could find it was Walmart. Here's a better view of the Lily of the Valley and its blooms. I've had Lily of the Valley in this bed for 15 years, and this is as much as what it's spread. This drains really good here. I'm not sure how I want to plant my columbine. I don't want to do drifts of it because I kind of want to repeat what the birds do, where they just kind of put it wherever, you know what birds do. Make it look a little more natural. I think I'm going to move this heuchera here, but I'm just afraid that Lily of the Valley will hitch a ride. And then this is where things get, I don't know, a bit messy, chaotic. This is Heuchera Palace Purple, possibly. I had gotten this from a coworker, so I grouped them together really closely. Some were looking too nice, like this one back here. They were actually in Rock and landscape fabric. I think they bounced back pretty nicely. And then I planted my Jacob's Ladder. All of these were started from seed by me this year. I do have them planted kind of close. I mean, I feel like it, but honestly, not really when you think from here. That's close to 2 feet, so maybe that's okay. I'm just playing off of textures. This kind of is ferny, bold. These are the Dalmatian foxglove. This is where I'm not sure if I want to put, I have a columbine back there. Again, just different textures of the leaves because this is a very difficult area. It gets west sun, but only a little bit. So it's also intense sun. Down here, crimson ruffles. Can't really see it, can you? But it is really pretty. And it's also hard to see it with all the seed pods laying around. And this is where I moved my Sun King Aralias. I think they'll look good here. That pop of color grouped together. And then back here, my aunt, who I give a lot of flowers to, she bought this for me. I've been looking for one. It's a black lace elderberry. I know it gets big. I'm going to maintain its size, but I really wanted something with a different foliage. And I think those colors will play off nicely together. It may not stay purpley because it might not get enough sun, but I think it'll look good here. I was debating about getting another U, but these have been here for, oh, I would say close to 20 years. And I don't have the patience to wait for them to grow in that, to fill in that gap. I laid the foxglove down. Like I said, there's a lot. But considering I started all this from seed this year, I've saved myself a lot of money. Oh, this is the lamium that I got. It's a little different from the pink one. I think it gets a purple bloom. So there's 10 in here. You might think that's too much, but I think it'll do good. And I'll show you where I'm going to put it, because sometimes I'm still living with this to see if I like it. The Jacob's Ladder looks amazing though. I'm very impressed with that plant. And again, a lot of these, they'll probably look fantastic next year. But then after that, we'll see what happens. These are all mine that I planted or started from seed. Palace Purple Heuchera. Went to the garden center the other day, and they're in gallon containers at the garden centers, and they wanted $12.99 for one. I have mine in just little 3-inch. But think about that. If I were to spend $12.99 on every one of these, and I'm kind of going for drift planting, a little more formal with not so formal plants, if that makes sense. And then these are my hardy geraniums. I forget the name. Also started from seed. They finally are looking good. I think I'll like them here. They can just fill in this area. But right in here, in the middle, I'm going to have 4 of the same shrubs. It's Bobo hydrangeas. And I was going to go with something that was herbaceous that died to the ground, because this is where I pile a lot of snow. But biggest thing is, people walk through this garden in the winter and the spring, whatever, and they walk on my plants. They were doing that with the tulips. I'm surprised that they bounced back. And it was more the delivery men, women, because there's nothing in here except for mulch. So when these tulips, I will be digging them all out. Again, bulb and all, letting the foliage die. And then this is where I was just going to plant the lamium. Just let it create a drift right in front. Keep it simple. I have to show you. Aren't these lovely? These are the violas I also started from seed. They're just filling in so nice. Oh, I missed the other pots too. This isn't a container to root. These are just, because I'm still working on those. But look at these. This is strawberry tricolor pansy. Took them a bit, but finally, definitely worth the wait. I do like the pansies because they have a bigger bloom. So hopefully enjoyed this. It wasn't much of a garden tour, as much of more of a garden vlog. Just kind of what I've been doing, lots that I'm working on. And hopefully my next garden tour things will look a little bit different, a little neater, and I have to show you this, if I can get up there. Oh, there he is. Aren't they huge, the bumblebees? Oh yeah, and this tree is flowering. Oh, that was a little too quick. Like I said, everything has done so well this year. My tree is loaded with flowers. It was just a really nice year for Minnesota. Like I said, that little bit of a cold snap, but that's nothing new. So yeah, oh, and then over here, this is where I have Columbine Place. And like I said, I don't know if I want to do a drift of it because it's a very, I don't know. So, still debating. I also have a lot of coleus that I'm wondering if I should just put that in for the time being and just like a holding spot. A lot of these plants, if you want to say, they're holding spots because the foxglove might bloom this year. They say they're supposed to, but next year they should. They're not exactly hardy to my zone. They're zone 5. So they may not come back, but then I can keep a lookout for clearance plans or sales at the end of the season too. Jacob's Ladder, I kind of struggle with that plant too. Same with Heuchera. Oh, the lady's mantle. Gotta love that. I know that's close, but it'll take a few years for it to fill in, and then I will do crowd control at that point. This is the view that I love in the morning when that sun is coming through. Just love that. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and bye for now.